Are you able to get a custom STL model to print like this one for less than $100? Or is it all just a scam? I'm gonna show you right now. So while scrolling through social media on my phone one day, this advertisement pops up for 3D Spot. This site claims that you can get a custom STL model for as low as $60. Yeah, well, okay, but what kind of quality is it gonna be? Well, being the curious one that I am, I just had to look into it and see. So these guys claim that you can send a 2D picture into them of whatever you want, and they can render a 3D custom STL file for you to print. So I just had to find out whether this was legit or not, because I have the custom file that I've been wanting to get made for quite some time. So being the big Punisher fan that I am, I have never seen a Thomas Jane Punisher. He's probably one of my favorite Punishers out there, and I've just been wanting an STL file of him for the longest time. So I found the image I wanted, and I sent it in to him, and I got a response back. So they quoted me a price on it, and it seemed really fair. It was a little bit more than $60 because it was a full figure, and I'm okay with that. And they told me they could have it done between 12 to 15 working days. That's pretty quick. So they required a deposit of 50% down, which is fine. But the problem that I had was, and I was very skeptical at first, was they didn't accept PayPal. I had to send in another form of payment, which was, I used Cash App, and I think they have like Google Pay or something like that. So that was kind of a red flag at first, but I said, I'm gonna try it and see what happens. But first I wanted to see the kind of work that they did, whether it was real shoddy or it was quality stuff. So I went onto their page and I looked at some of the models that they had done, and they looked really good. They looked like really good quality. So I said, what the hell, and I sent in the deposit. I took a gamble, but it paid off. So once I sent them the deposit, I got an email back almost immediately stating that they would send me an update in the next few days. In the next few days, I actually got a first update, and the model looked really, really cool so far, what they had shown me. So in the beginning, it was basically just like a sketch of what they were doing, and I totally get that. I totally understand how they just started and everything, none of the details, it's real low poly and everything. After I responded back to them and said thank you very much, they said that they would send me another update in a couple of days. So over the next few days, I got a couple more updates with some more work that they had done to the sketch, to the model, and I was actually surprised at the work that they were putting into this thing. So there were a couple little tweaks that I wanted them to do, and when they sent me the update on it, I asked them if they could switch a couple of things on it, and they were more than happy to do so, and they did exactly what I wanted to do. And they sent me some more updates over the next few days, and a couple more revisions that I asked them to do, and again, they were more than happy. To do so. So I was pleasantly surprised. Now, this was over the Christmas holidays, and the whole thing with the 12 to 15 working days, well, it took a little longer than that, and I was okay with it because this was a complex model that I asked them to do. Needless to say, I told them to take their time with the model. I wasn't in a super rush or anything like that, and I knew it was a tough project to do within 12 to 15 days. Now, I did pay a little extra for them to cut the model. One thing I can say is you have to be specific as to what you want. And what I told them what I wanted, and I told them I wanted the model cut. So they quoted me a price up front for all of that. Otherwise, you could just get just an STL file, which you would have to cut and key yourself. Now, when I say you have to be specific, I mean you got to be specific. I didn't ask for a base, so I didn't get a base, which I'm okay with because I can print a base. Now, one thing I've got to say right now is I am not being paid by these guys to make this video. Hell, I don't even think that they know that I'm actually making a video about it. but I had a great experience with him. I'm actually on my second project with him right now. I just received my first update today. This is my experience with it. If you want to do this, or what you want to contact these people, you're more than welcome to. They're a 3D spot. They have a sponsored link in pretty much every Facebook ad. It pops up on Facebook all the time. Every time you turn around, all that good stuff. So I am super happy with the file that I got. It's exactly what I wanted. It is a Thomas Jane Punisher, and he's part of my collection now. I printed it in quarter scale. It held up with all the details and everything like that. The cuts were amazing. Everything fit just fine, and I didn't have any problems out of it whatsoever. Now, this is not a Patreon. This is not any type of group that you have to join. This is just a site that you go on and you contact these people. You let them know what you want done. You send them the image or images, and they quote you a price and deposit 50% up front. And then when it's done, you pay the other 50, and then they send you the STL file. So speaking of Patreons, I have to give a huge shout out to mine as well. If you're looking to join a good group and a good Discord that is very helpful for 3D printing and painting, and I do have Model of the Month going on at the moment. The link is below in the description. We would love to have you over there. And speaking of new members, I got a couple this week. Let's see who they are. Joshua Cantrell and Steamin' Steve Clark. Thank you guys so much for becoming the newest members of the Patreon. And again, that link is below in the description. All right, everybody, you know the drill. Like and subscribe. Leave some comments below. And be safe out there. Don't forget, get out and create something. Print, prep, paint, repeat. And until the next video, we'll see you. I got Thomas Jane. Now there's two more I need. Dolph Lundgren and Ray Stevenson. What do you think?